So NBA ratings have been a topic of much conversation lately because they've fallen. And like is the case with anything, there are surely a number of reasons why, right? I'm a lifelong hoops head, lifelong basketball fan, lifelong NBA fan. But here I am now talking about Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever, the WNBA, women's college basketball, right? Because of what has happened around Caitlin Clark. So I've made this point before that Clark is the new face of basketball going forward. But in making that point, there is a void for the NBA because the NBA doesn't have that face. They've been searching for that next face. And since LeBron and Curry, they haven't found it. And that was a sentiment echoed by Bill Simmons, or, he put it a different way, but it is something I've been saying. But to give him credit, here is what he said regarding that in framing it around the NBA specifically.
Everybody thinks the NBA is in trouble. This is just the DNA of the league. And here's what's going to happen. There's going to be some new player that comes in, some new team, some new event. It's going to shift this. And that's what the NBA needs right now. I don't know what that's going to be, but I'm going to bet on the 80-year history of the league and the fact that internationally it's fine. This is an American problem. People are losing interest in America because you can follow the league without really watching it. So the ratings are down, but I'm not sure the interest is down. What they're missing, ironically, is women's college basketball with the WNBA had, where Caitlin became somebody that people just wanted to watch. And that's why I think you could really make the case she's more valuable than anyone the NBA has, because she's the only must-watch basketball player right now other than the old guys in the NBA. So they have to figure out what is their unicorn moment. But my prediction is that it's the NBA. It's been 80 years. It's looked bleak before. They always bounce back.
And by the way, it's not that bleak. They have a massive media rights deal. Look at players' salaries. It's not that bleak. But I do think he's correct. And that is the biggest issue, actually, because you had Bird and Magic, you had Michael Jordan, you had Shaq and Kobe. Then you have LeBron driving all of this discourse and Steph capturing the imagination with a little KD sprinkled in there too. But it really, I think that's kind of been the timeline of my lifetime. Magic and Bird, Michael, Shaq and Kobe, LeBron, Curry. And there's not that next person who's getting handed the baton. Now, are there other factors involved? Of course. I know, it's gone woke. That, did that alienate some people? Perhaps. What else is there? Ratings just in general have fallen. There's more competition out there. Less people have cable. Fewer people have cable. So the ratings are going to go down as a result of that. The NBA is constantly, putting all of its clips all over social media. So people are consuming in bits and not actually watching the game. The media partners bash the league constantly. Every time there's an NBA game on, the old NBA heads are telling you how crap it is now. And then there is the change in the aesthetic of the product where analytics and the three-point shot have changed everything, and now everybody's shooting from the outside, and maybe people don't find that style as appealing. You take that up, you shake it up, and this is what you get. But really, it's always been a star-driven league, and they don't have that. Luka has some appeal, Anthony Edwards has some appeal, but he hasn't done enough. Victor Wembanyama was the guy, but he's just too tall, and I just never would have thought that the next face of the sport was going to be a woman or in the WNBA. But that's where we've arrived.